Good evening to each and everyone this evening. I just want to thank you all for your love and your support. Thank you for your respect and thank you for your good words. This is Aquarian this is Aquarian going live this evening. Have for a late start. I set out for 7 o'clock. But for some reason, sometimes things has not gone to the way you want it to go. Okay? Anyone that have received the notification, could you please join and could you please share with the others? It is a good thing to know and have your trust and believe in God. It is such a good thing. There are so many troubles and trials that comes our pathway. And for this evening, it is the caption as you see. How do you handle the breakup? How are you handling breakup? Breakup in many different ways. Break up wife and husband. Break up with man friend and woman friend. I hate saying girlfriends. Those are for kids. Break up break up for in many different ways and reasons. Breakup is something that is very hard to handle. Yeah, very difficult too. Some never get over it. The many things that you really put into it, and when it comes, this is not what you were expecting. But listen this. Breakup start a long time ago before you come to the realization of it. If you are the smart person, you will, and an observant person, you will observe the changes. The changes in the way you speak to each other, or the person speak to you. The changes in the spending time together, sharing important information, overall communication on one hand has broken down. Cover it all, communication has broken down. And because communication has been broken down, you are not actually observing around you. And this is what we are locked up. Observation. Yeah. You must learn to observe the person. Observe their action. Know when to run. Know when to hide. But our eyes are looking at other things. I am going to do this to please him or to please her. Maybe because I'm not doing this, you are not realizing that respect and communication is no longer in it. Sometimes you're the person that really put into this relationship. And I spoke about relationship the other day. Put into this ship for it to work. And just when success, just when you're thinking to reap the benefit, something happened. And people refuse the reasons the issue out. Refuse to get to each other and say, let us read. I don't understand. I was observing over a period of time something not adding up. What is it? So you're going to get to the table and to reason this out. And then you will know whether to go or to stay. How do you handle it all? Yeah. Not an easy thing to deal with at no time. No. Unless you were not in it. Some person put their self in it instead of putting their just their body, they put their entire heart in it. And then when breaking up come, it breaks everything. Your heart has been broken. Your sometimes children is in the mix, broken. Family has been torn to the ground in such bitter way. People are breaking up for many different reasons. But some reason that you may say it's a simple reason, that reason were there brewing a long time ago. And you have just done the right thing at the right time to send that person scurrying. But then I ask again, how do you handle it? How? Sit down and cry? Decide to do chop up? Sorry about that word. Decide to have a confrontation in the worst way? How do you handle it? Decide to seek a counselor? How do you handle it? How? And if it's happening, how do you plan to handle it? A fight? If you are saying it's because of a woman, are you plan to go and meet up with this woman and to do some exercise? And if it is a man, do you plan to go and meet up with this man and get in the boxing ring and do some exercise? All both of the sides. You don't do it that way. That's not the way to do it. Understand that you and I carry a different level of faith. The other person and you carry a different type of resilience. Yeah. But if you sit and put your situation let's say put it down on a piece of paper and start work on it. You will see that person. Let us be friends that we can pass along the way and said hi. For no reason, do not attack anyone. Women, don't attack any woman. And I saw it as so wrong to be attacking women. When is the man who introduced that woman into his circle? Because there are two circles. The outer circle is for friends and family. The inner circle is for your marriage. Yeah. Or the intended marriage. That's the inner circle. So the outer circle, you keep all the negative out there. So, because if you open the gate and let into the inner circle, everything is going to go wrong. You're going to listen to every negative, every gossip, and before you know it, you are in trouble. Because you're not going to question it to find out if it is so. Questioning doesn't even mean you go to the person to question them. There are ways and means to find out things. Yeah? You don't have to fight. At the end of the day, you all can live loving. We separated, but we can pass and say, hi, how you doing? I'm good. You? I'm all right. Yeah. The person can be so hurt. And you say, well then, you hurt me. I cannot get over it. And the first thing, when you lose trust in the person or person, there is nothing. Respect and trust. When you loses that for the person, there is nothing can build it back. Because even the thing that you're not looking on, you start look at it now. Losing trust and respect damage everything. You can't retain that again. I trust you with actually my life. I respect you. And when you let other person step in the inner circle, your respect and your trust has been ruined to the point where it cannot rebuild. Yeah. That is the way in which you damage the other person. If you're in a situation and you know that you don't really need the person, don't use them. Don't lead them on. Don't let them feel like, oh yes, this is it. With anything before sliced bread came. Don't do it. Be honest with yourself and be honest to the other person. In all aspects of life, be honest to the person, be honest with yourself at all times. So honestly, if you see where you're not going to be going along with it, have a sit down. Make it done in decency. Yeah. If children involved, you need to talk with the children. You need to work out something. that even though you two or you what amount hurt, there is still something there that will keep you going. And when you listen to this, and I am going to try to, not a good singer like once. There was one time when I would have sing, sing and sing and raise my voice. Jim Reeves was one of those that you penned these songs. Whatever was the problem, but he penned it and he said, to tell you it is over. You are now free to go. Worthy, you sorry, you have hurt me. But you hurt me much more than you know. Asking me where this gold comes from. Lord, if you won't interfere. Romans turn out to failure. Here's where you find me, my dear. Lost on the blue side of lonesome, right next to the Heartbreak Hotel, in a tavern that known as Sweet Teardrops, and a bar stool not doing so well. Oh, as of sorrows, the pearl one will never in the house. I want to the Garmiro, though we a ripple of a smile, and of the fears I never helping. Things never change in this place. Your father, no past and no future. The earth will sting this valley. I'm just on the blue side of lonesome, right next to the Heartache Hotel, in a tavern that known as Sweet Teardrops, on a bar stool not doing so well. Now, Jim Reeves was hurt by whoever his lover was, whether it was his side chick, his wife, or whoever it was. And this was what he did. Here where he was? In a bar. He was in a bar, so he was drinking his sorrow away. He was trying to deal with his hurt in such manner. Right? I found on the blue side of lonesome, right next to the Heartache Hotel, in a tavern that known as Sweet Teardrops, and a bar stool not doing so well. So breakup is something that is hard to deal with. But if most of us would have taken it out in a song like this, it would be good. Right? We would not have resorted to the destruction of persons and property and children. How do you deal with it? And this is the man that said, you hurt me much more than you know. So, and in the song he said, if your new romance turn out a failure, this is where you can find me. So at least he would have gone back. Mm-hmm. Breaking up and break up. The time when we realize it is already done. The race run and already won. Yeah. Because we are not observant. We do not pay attention to even little things. Sometimes we pay attention to the gigantic things, but pay attention to the small things. Because it's the small things breaking up. Yeah. When communication fails, this is what happened. Many sorrow, many heartache, sometimes never recovered, never get over it. Persons go insane, persons reach Bellevue because of it. But we can change it. Don't we can? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. It can be changed. The things that happen don't have to happen. Bursting into a man and woman situation, make sure you're earning your own purse at any times. Make sure you're earning your own purse. So if he is working $1, make sure you're working $half. Whatever the way for you to make our money, make sure you are earning. And not only earning, you are saving. Never accept sitting at home because you are a wife or you are a good girlfriend or a good woman friend. I will work and sustain you. No. When your money gets so hot in your pocket, then that's the time you are going to. Good night. Yes, good night. Yours truly. Thank you for being here. Streaming, yeah. That's right. Okay. Okay. Ensure that you have your own pocket. Because if you don't have your own pocket, you will worse hurt than ever. So never you sit down and said, okay, him love me and no. Mm-mm. Him have $1, make sure him have $2, make sure you have one. And put down half of your one if you have used half. Because there is no sympathy in breaking up. When the man or the woman is moving on, you don't have any sympathy. You think about sympathize and I say, oh Lord, she go feel it. No, they have no sympathy for you. He's moving on. So what happened to so and so? Oh, she don't want to move on to her business. Him don't want to move on to him business. Yeah. I have seen breaking up send people to Bellevue. Yeah. I have seen breaking up left persons outside the door. And what you're saying, I put into this. I help to build this. Oh, sure you do. Man and woman put together and they did not seek to know that their name is catch on the paper. When they realize place have sold. And these are persons they say work together. Never care. Not care what they do. Don't care. So how do you handle it? When it comes, when hope for the best, hope for the best, but expect the worst. Changes can come down the road at any time. So make provision for tomorrow. If by God's help everything went through nicely, give God thanks. Yeah. We live for 100 years. Give God thanks. And it's not 100 easy years. Thank you, good night. Right? Breaking up. And you listen to, what's her name? She said, I have your picture and she has you. The picture you gave me, I have it. The only difference is I have your picture and she have you. Good? So this is on the lady side. This is on the woman's side. I've got your picture and the only thing is that she have you. It's on the hurt is on both sides, not only on one side. The hurt, the disappointment, the hurt and the disappointment is on both sides. Right? The hurt and the disappointment is on both sides. It is hard to know that It is hard to know that you put together and have make a life with someone, and at the end of the day, at the end of the day, you is one of them that have hurt. And there is the 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 other person come and enjoy the glory and do not know the story. But there is a glory before the story, right? And that is what hurts. There is a glory before the story. And this is what Patsy Cline said. Have got your picture, and she have got you. The only thing new of the ringer, and she have got you. Have got the ringer that you gave to me. But they're both the same as they used to be. The only thing different, the only thing new. Have got your picture, and she have got you. And that's the woman. She have got hurt. And what did she have saying? Have got your picture, but she have you. I have the memory, but the only thing different is that she have you. Right? So this is a breakup as well. And this is where she took out her frustration. She take it out in a song. Everything new. Have got their big things, and she have got you. But you're a picture of all others ought to be. The only thing different. Have got your picture as you gave to me. This is the man. This is the woman. This is a breakup again. So we don't have to fight. We do not have to bring it to the front where one is standing before the judge and one is going to the graveyard. So before that can come, we make preparation for ourselves in every way of life. You save to buy a piece of land if you two bought peace. Make sure you have peace for yourself. Right? I have a big sister, and when she got married, she married to a far elder man. The man's daughter was far older than her at the time when they get married. And she left everything. She bought a piece of land, and instead of buying it in her name, while they have already, she put his name. And what happened? When he make his will, and he passed off many years now, and my sister is still alive, he willed a piece of land that my sister purchased to the children them on the outside, because she only have 2 children for him. He have a daughter died, and when she died, she was 72 years old. So that man, when I sit and check it up, That man and that girl were together when she was 15 years old because he was a principal at a school. And she and her children, he willed out everything and give to the children them that he got from his first marriage. My sister actually jumped off a cliff because guess what? This man died. And all that she even have and get, he sold, he give it away. Right? So we talk about breakup, prepare for it. Do not be unprepared in no time, but do not take it out in violence. Don't. Don't. Look to run if you have to run. Yeah. Because guess what? We are not really honest in our action and our behavior. We are not. So make provision for yourself at all times. Find the courage and the strength. Don't sit and cry your tears till it dry. Because while you are doing that, he or she is climbing the hill of success. They're moving on with their lives. While you are there, you can't do without him. Of course I can't do without him. The only person you can do without a God. He left you and gone and you can't do without him. You can't eat, you can do without him. You can do without her. And as I said before, if it is caused through a man, woman, stop attacking the other woman them. Stop it. They are invited by your dear loving man. Anybody will get beaten is the man, not the woman. Not the man. And man, if it is because of that, but heaven see it, don't say the man and go try to hurt him. Don't do him anything. And your woman encourage it. Is your woman encourage it? And you know what? They have one thing they call Joe Grind. But Joe Grind a good person. Joe Grind, he run from you. The one you have to watch out for are Mr. and Mrs. Used to. Yes. Joe Grind reach the house, and when you come in, he jump through window. You know if man jump out and a jump on the water, running from the master of the house. Joe Grind see you and you never talk to him and take for yourself. Because in sure so you might get a whiff of what's happening. But here's Mr. Used to know. Mr. Used to and you sit down and eat out of the same pot. Mr. Used to turn up at your yard anytime because he used to you and you used to him. Mr. Used to and you sit down around the table and the woman and eat and him a play footsie under the table. That's Mr. Used to. And Mr. Used to you're afraid of. Not Joe Grind. Joe Grind afraid of you. Joe Grind run from you. But Mr. Used to, you leave the house and him come in. So John, where you going? Me just go out the road, me soon come. I Mary alone up a yard, man, you can't go stay with her. Well, of course. You know how much time children come out to be for Mr. Used to. Mr. Joe Grind run gone in and no time for breathe nobody. Yeah. So do not attack the women and do not attack the men. They are the ones that inviting those persons in your life. Just take it. Ask God for the strength. Start all over. And on the next note, never in a breakup you immediately go and look somebody else to fill that space. You're going to be so wrong. You're hurting. You're hurting. You are bitter in yourself. And when you go and get somebody else and say, all right, let's spite him. No, you're spiting yourself. You're hurting yourself. Don't go and get somebody else. Let that storm pass over. Let that wind, let that heat pass over. Because sometimes jumping out of the frying pan, you jump straight into the fire. Yeah. So never at any given time give yourself a breathing space, and you will be able to see and to hear and to understand the next one you're going to be in company with. There's another thing with these people that are coming in. They love to give gifts, especially the men. Especially the men. Every time them coming to see you, they are bringing gifts. Gifts and more gifts. Because what? They are buying yourself in. And they are trying to win you so much. They are saying, okay, then you are saying, oh, he loves me. He brought me gifts of gold and more. You set a sprat to catch a whale. That is what that person doing. Right? So there are many things here to look out for. Many red flags here to look out for. And many times, the breaking up done long time, 2 years ago. But him buy himself time. Or she buy herself time. And he barely play the card game with you. So when you come to realization, and you say, but if they break up long time. If they broken up come long time. There was this lady in our profession, at least she was a nurse at the time, and she lived with this man for a considerable time. And they have their ups and downs. People like to say this. Oh, we have our ups and downs, you know, but he loved me. Hello? Watch if it's love. Watch it good if it's love. Look what color that is. And they slept together the night. And he told her he was going someplace and asked her to press a shirt. And he took out a white shirt and she pressed the shirt. At about 12 o'clock, she get a call. The same man that she slept with the night, the same man she pressed the shirt and put on him clothes, and she had picked him up and I said, oh, this look good, do so. And he stepped out. He was walking down the aisle with another woman. He was at a church getting married. Somebody saw him, and she said, no, it's lie. And the person sent the program to her, and she jumped in her vehicle and they went where the reception was keeping. Of course, this was Tommy. fictitious name. That's not the name of the person. This was Tommy and Kathy getting married. Get married and had the reception. She passed out right there. And it took her a long time to gather herself together. So while that was happening to her, of course, Tommy and Kathy enjoying themselves. Yeah. So it's not nice. It's not feeling good. It's not tasting good. But it left how you handle it. And that's the critical part. How do you handle it? How do you handle breakup? So for those that have already passed through breakup, prepare for the one if you decided to walk into the arms of another lover. Learn from the first breakup, whatever caused it. And when you're going to walk into the arms of the other lover, prepare yourself just in case a repeat of the first one happen. And that goes for woman and for man. Prepare yourself for it. Do not jump in it with your hand and your foot wide open. And when you get hurt again, you say something, but make your preparation. Right? If you are in it for just one thing and one thing only, well, yeah, you're doing it for just that. But if you are in it for the long haul, for a long-term togetherness, prepare yourself. Do not be blinded and deaf. And I'm not saying take tales from people, but find out things yourself. Do your research. Be your own detective. Yeah. And you will realize that, look, you won't catch me this way again. And women are the one that mostly get hurt. Yeah. Because the man starts seeing you in a different light after years. He start look all around and he start to see the green grass coming up looking green and beautiful. He saw also the buds being popped out and pretty flowers come out. And him said, no, you don't remember that you and him went through the storms together, the fire together, and the hills together, and the valley together, and forget that. And let me tell you, this is the next one he take up. He treat them better than you. He's going to look a younger one. And she will sit right here and say, darling, could you get me a glass of water? And he run down for it. Oh, my foot aches. And he rub it. Yeah. And I'll tell you another real story. This prominent man, he married this wife for many, 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 many years. They have children together. They established their business. But he sold many wild oats. And when the oats them bare, there are many that he brought home to the wife. And she helped to grow those children until she was worn out. took sick and she passed away. And he grabbed up a young 20-plus-year-old girl. Girl came from Cuba. And because I am involved in a lot of little things around the place, I was at the office one day and he came there with the guy and he said, "Oh, that's my wife, you know." The first wife never even called properly. He married to this young girl. He said, "Oh, that's my wife." I said, "Wow. Yeah." Girl look, yeah, strong in her body, look good. I'm going to look at him. We further have the conversation and he said to me, "Is every weekend we are on the North Coast, you know. And you know, I never treat my wife, my first wife, so. But every weekend, Monday morning we get home and she on the evening shift and they reach home for her to go to school because she was a teacher then. And if she's going to the bathroom, he is there. Anywhere she's going, he is there. Until he fell sick, he lost one of his legs. And one day, I was looking at him because he couldn't climb the stairs and run behind her anymore. And I look at him and I laugh. I said, "Now look at this. Less than a year after he married to her, he lost his leg." And I said, "Now look at this. She was had to be going all around that place by herself." And I said, "So if he was guiding her from a man, what the freedom that she have now?" And she make it clear that, you know, I really, really want him to marry to get her stay in the country. And no long after, he died. So he didn't even spend 3 years with her. Far less than 3 years. He passed away. Because what? It was all in his head. I can do it. And he's looking and have this young girl and I'm going to treat her good. And the first wife worked and worked. And he said to me, he's never treated the first wife as he treated this one. So, let me tell you, there are so many stories out there. There are so many things you can look on and encourage yourself that the race is not for the swift, neither the battle for the strong, but it's those who can endure to the end. Do not lose hope on yourself. And no matter how nice and comfy whoever Mr. Sir is, still have a preparation for yourself. Yes. It don't happen, fine. If it happen, you're prepared. And if your name have to be on something, let it be on it. But do not take out the frustration on the other woman or on the man. Don't do it. Anybody to get beaten is the man, or anybody to get beaten is the woman. But it worth it? That's the question. Does it worth it? It's not worth you doing it. It's not worth you bring violence to anybody. Take your blow. Take your losses. I thought this was the man. I thought this was the companion that I would have. So just take your losses and move on. It doesn't worth it. You don't bring any merit. You don't get no World Cup from it. No. Just take your blow and move on. Do not try to kill yourself. A lot of persons, I know women do that. And who you killing yourself for? The other person who is moving on with another person. And you dead and gone. No. Love yourself. And I always say that, whether on here or on there, love yourself. Embrace yourself. Yes. Christ has already died for us. We don't need to dead for nobody. It not working. But we have to go with tears in our eyes, go. But don't damage yourself for nobody. And don't damage nobody for nobody. So don't go and damage a woman. Don't go and damage a man. No, it does not worth it. You value more than that. At any time, at any given time, you are valuable more than that. Don't jeopardize your happiness. So if breakup come this evening and we can't make it, we come to an agreement and we say bye to each other. We will see each other someday and said, how are you? Yes. So I hope somebody gets something from this. My little talk here. And look into it. It does not worth it one bit. Handle breakup with a level head. Don't handle breakup and somebody come and tell us, if I did that me, if it had me, it happened too. Hello, if it was you, you do what you want to do. But don't encourage the other person to do what not going to bring. When you don't do it, you sit down in what they call it, the herring suit looking, or you end up down on one of the man. No, it don't worth it. Your life worth far more than putting yourself into trouble. It hurts, yeah, but you will get over the hurt. Yes, you will get over the hurt. And sometimes it work out for the best. Because sometimes it was just crosses in a way. Afraid to call it that way. Sometimes I'm a crosses, one and all. Did for out of your life long time. The day they walk out of your life, the day something prosperous and good happen for you. So some of them did for go. So keep yourself, keep your sanity. Let no one and nothing try to break you. Handle breakup with a level head. Level up, think, and handle it good. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your comment. Okay? And I hope as I go continually, other persons will come on, and we will, sooner or later, we will soon have a calling chat. Just time. Just give me time. It will happen. Okay? Thank you very much. Love you all. Be good. If you can't be good, be careful. Love yourself. Adore yourself. You are all wonderfully made in God's likeness and image. So love. Care for yourself. As you love yourself, you will learn to love each other. Streaming live from Positivity Channel. This is Aquarian tuning out. Thank you very much. Thank you. Truly me. see that you were here. Thanks. Okay, darling. It was nice seeing and hearing from you. And as others take time coming, we can have a chat. And these are things that we need to talk about. That we help encourage each other as we go along. Tuning out from Positivity Channel, this is Aquarian. Love you, bless you, and we will see each other another day. Thank you.